On the day of the reception, Lily played classical music, creating a serene and inviting atmosphere. The gallery was packed with attendees, filling their entire space. I introduced the use of QR codes on the artwork labels, allowing visitors to access videos about the paintings. I answered their questions, engaging in discussions about the artworks and techniques. Later, I demonstrated various drawing techniques along with color mixing. Then I began a painting demonstration featuring the purple finch, the state bird of New Hampshire. The first decision I make is versus the big area. The top over here, the bottom over here. I'm going to take a little bit tiny red like that. Now I'm going to put the mark over here and put the mark over here. That's good. On this side, looks like at the top, coming down like this. The bottom, 1/3, and the top have 2/3. A little bit less than half. I can see that triangle. That's simple. And then I'm going to continue. And over here looks like a little bit lower, right there. And take a look on this side, coming all the way over here. See the angle coming a little bit forward, a little bit more like that. And here you go. Now I have the shape of the bird is already done. This part I call just the drawing for the composition step. See the leg coming over here, up, and there's a little leg over here, like that. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to give it a bit suggestions of the branch. I'm going to use just half of my brush, put it in. All I need to look for is the whole shape of the red. I'm going to do it like that to leave that little bit highlight. That's it, right? And then I'm going to coming over here, and here you go. That coming down over here, that's good. Right here, like that. Okay, now I'm going to coming over here. Just look for the big shape. There's not small shape. No, take a look at that. That's just good. Okay. Now coming over here. Now I'm going to look at from here relate to down over here, like this kind of area. This is good. Now I'm going to keep going onto, here you go, like that. And then I'm going to leave a little bit light at the front over here. I'm going to leave it up if I want to. And now I look for the value. Earlier we talked about the value of colors. You can see the value on the top over here, it has lighter because it have more light. And the bottom over here have a little bit darker. How I'm going to mix the darker color? Okay, you don't want to thinking about a name of the color. It's just a little bit more blue. In the shadows, it's always have a bit of blue and also have a little bit yellow. It's kind of a little bit gray color. So like that, a little bit tiny blue. Now this is good. Now I'm going to put that color, continue. This is still have a little bit blue, but I want it to be a little bit darker. I'm going to get a little bit red over here too. Like you see that? Coming all the way over here. Think about a bigger shape. So now we'll be able to create the illusions of the three-dimensional form. And coming down over here, that's good. A little bit more like that, a little bit more like that. And actually, even a little bit tiny more blue. Actually, you see a little bit greenish. That means a lot more blue and yellow. And if just too bright, the green, take a little red. That's the complementary color, right? So I'm going to have that even a little bit darker. You see that if you use the small brush, it's going to take forever. And also the brush stroke is going to create texture. It's not going to be smooth. With this brush, you'll be able to do that very, but you have to have the confidence, okay? That means you believe. It doesn't really take you forever to get the confidence, but you just have to give yourself the license to do whatever you want to do. Lots of people, they get very super good in a couple years. Now I'm going to coming over here, put it down, and coming down. So you're not looking for the detail, just put the color down, okay, a little bit darker, and the end over here even darker. So the dark color, you have to have more red and the blue color. And then you have to think about, oh, the color is a little bit cooler. Okay, a little bit cooler, that means you have a little bit more blue. Now I'm gonna come in over here, put that color in. That's put the color in. Oh, I have the wing a little bit open. And put a little color over here, put a little color. That's a little bit wet into wet because it's still, the area is still wet. So I'm gonna have it right there, like that. Now, you think about wings. I don't think it's a wing. I just think about the shapes and what color is the shape. I'm gonna have this a little bit darker because this is a little bit darker. Now I'm gonna clean the brush and I'm gonna take a little bit yellow and the red. Now this is a very light color, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have this mix with this color together. So now I'm gonna mix that color together. You see that color, not exactly that color, but you have to think about what is there. Sometimes you have to think about what is already in the brush. So those you have to take time to analyze and to let yourself take the time to determine. And I'm going to take that color and the same thing over here. That need to be darker. Right there. This brush have a great feature. It has the hair very thick and long enough. So you can actually brush it and you can move it like that. You can see that from dark to light. It's very simple. If I going to have a wet area over here, now I'm going to have a little bit color in. You see that? That's just called wet into wet. It will create a very soft blending. The foundation of watercolor painting technique, they're all simple. Now I'm going to remove the wet in this brush and also can lift it up. Can you see it? Slowly. And that's how you can achieve a little bit more 3D look of that lighter area. I can do the same thing on a face too. I'm going to come back to here, and the top over there have a little bit more yellow, a little bit lighter. Now I'm going to put that right here like that. And here I have a little bit yellow over here, this corner. So, but in this area, have a little bit more light brown color. I'm going to take that color, coming all the way here, like that. Okay, one brush stroke instead of multiple brush stroke. Okay, like that. I'm going to have a few lines like this. Now get a little bit smaller and smaller and shape like that. So the bottom over here, I'm going to take a little bit darker color, get a little tiny more red. It looks like it is too warm. I'm going to have a little bit tiny blue into it. That's good. Now I'm going to put this color right here. Here you go. And push it down slowly. Think, look before you do it. Now compared to this side. This side is actually a little bit lighter. Now I put dip a little water, but I don't have to clean the brush because it's the same color, just a little bit lighter. So I'm going to actually add that little bit more, little bit water mixed into here. Now I'm going to put that right here. Now this color is definitely lighter than the color over here, right? Like that. That's good. I'm going to have this continue going up. Now, here you go. Think and trust yourself and be confident. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit, and I'm going to mixing this color. It's a little bit red, but it's not just red. It have a little bit tiny blue into it, and maybe a little bit tiny yellow. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to put that right here, like that. So hopefully it's already start working in your mind, and it's just the way you think. It would making different decisions. And instead of looking for the color in that whole 24 colors, you just think about, oh, it needs to be a little bit more red, a little bit more yellow. Now I'm going to keep going over here. That's have a little bit shape. There's a little bit more like a darker of the red. So that means I have a little bit brown into here, right? That like that. I'm going to keep going in here. The bottom part of the shape over here. Just push it down That's good. I'm going to push that a little bit. Look at how you render their shape. I'm going to have this also a little bit darker, like that. That's good. A little bit shape over here too. Okay, the mouth almost done, right? So now I'm going to have the time to also give a little bit red, like look at that shape, a little bit red, mix that, and then have a little bit shape, a little bit texture. Because this, now you can see that it may be a little bit too much clear. So in that case, you would go into use the brush, and I'm going to open up this brush. This brush is very easy to shape it however you want. Now I'm going to take a little red, just a little bit tiny red, like that. So all I'm going to do, I apply that a little bit softer effect, like that. That's good. And over here, and come back over there, get a little bit more tiny blue, okay? So basically, the painting is getting already in a kind of shape already. First, the form is already there, like color, dark color is already there. And maybe have a little bit texture over here, which is I can go back to just use the brush, this brush. I can just, okay, over here. I'm gonna light it up a bit. Okay, you can see that there's a little bit, light up a little bit. And with this, I created texture and look like the feather. Okay, see that? Like just like this. Like that. That's good. That's simple. Like this. Now it looks like the feather, right? Have a little bit like not totally that smooth. And now all we need to do, and just coming back here, get a little bit smaller details, get a little bit more red over here. Now you see there's a little bit shape over here, like that. And maybe starting from today, you're going to see watercolor a little bit differently, okay, like that. And now I'm going to get a little bit deeper for the eye, get a little bit red and the blue. These two colors together just make something really, really dark. So I'm going to do right there, and here you go. Now, see the round shape of the eye. You can see the surrounding maybe also have a little bit other shape. Now I'm going to have a little bit tiny line over here. This could be a little bit deeper. Okay, this is pretty good. And I'm going to have this a little bit tiny over here. Now I'm going to go over, take a look at the tree over here. All right, this is good. And push it down and then slowly. Okay, when you do the branches, you don't want to push that too quick. It doesn't look like a tree. Okay, you have to do it slowly. I'm going to get a little bit warmer color too. And just do it slowly, like that. Keep going. Slowly, okay, brush you. Okay, right there. Okay, and that's good. Slowly, and slowly. And on here, I'm going to have a little bit more yellow and red because it looks a bit like brownish. So you think about brownish, that means brown is the darker value from the orange. Just have a little bit blue, right? So I'm going to have it over here. That's good. Slowly, okay? Don't go fast. That's good. After that, I'm going to directly coming back to, okay, I'm going to get a little bit darker color because the bottom is shadow. Okay, now I'm going to push it down a little bit more like that. Okay, this is good. We should do this more often. Already. I'm going to have that over here. Get a little bit tiny more brownish color, so which is a little bit more red, and the blue. Ooh, this is too much red, right? So get a little bit tiny more yellow and tiny more blue. Now here you go. Okay, look at it again. Okay, here you go. like that. A little bit texture. This is good. Now with that, I'm going to take this brown color. It's already heavy in here. So when you're looking for a color to mix, and you look for whether or not the color already or the color very close to the color that you already actually have on your color mixing area. So coming over here, this is pretty simple. And looking at the whole shape over here. And here you go. Now coming over, here you go. Yeah, but the bottom over here have a little bit darker. So you're gonna, after that dries, you're gonna have a little bit more darker to show the area, the form, and also the plane is at the bottom, the same as is the tree, like that.
Then we concluded the reception with the art supplies giveaway. Thank you, Meaden.